Hi class, how you guys doing? All right, welcome to week 4. Great week this week, guys. You're in for such a treat. This is a great week. You're going to have a blast, I promise. Let's go over, you know what, I want to go over week 3 real quick, just a couple of things. And this is the week 4 announcement. So what do we have so far under our belts? Well, we have learned the differences between raster images and vector graphics. We learned the importance of non-destructive editing as it relates to a professional Photoshop workflow. We work towards non-destructive editing by establishing proficiency in layers, selections, layer masks, adjustment layers, and we just recently added blending modes and Photoshop type tools to our list of tools. So our arsenal of tools is ever expanding, and this week is no exception because we're going to add some really neat stuff this week. I have a little note here about just to reinforce the importance of non-destructive editing, so keep that in mind. Okay, so in week 4, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have upcoming for week 4. So we have the week 4 overview. Now go ahead and take a look at that. I'm not going to open that because it is, I don't think I have it. No, I don't have that open. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We're not even going to look at that. So presentation 1, digital artistry, guys. This is something you want to take a look at. Now, look, we probably all have our list of favorite digital artists, right? Mine is Victor Cohn, if you want to take a look at that. It's first name Victor, V-I-C-T-O-R, and last name Cohn, K-O-E-N. And if you want to take a look at it, it's kind of almost in the style of fantasy, but really, really super engaging, kind of freaky images. So take a look at those. They're just Victor Cohn, again, gorgeous. And again, the only reason I bring this up is because just to add to this wonderful list of digital artistry examples. As I said, everybody probably has their own list. So this is by no means a comprehensive list at all. It's just kind of add to your favorites, and maybe you can go to these sites and add them to your favorites. And really want you to take a look at these styles. And while you're looking at these styles, I want you to think about how did they do this in Photoshop? How did they come up with this? And I think that's really important. And again, just to reinforce that we are not looking at the work of others as a way to kind of copy work. We're looking at the work of others to inspire us, creative inspiration, as it were, right? So that's really important distinction to make right there. So, okay, so that's week 4 presentation, digital artistry, and then we will move into our presentation to digital painting techniques. Guys, this is really, really important. Where is it? Digital painting techniques right here. So the writing here really only talks about the cleaning and sampling along with wetness, load, mix, and flow for your mixer brush tools. And the digital painting for this week is going to concentrate on the mixer brush tool, but keep in mind there are many, 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 many different painting techniques available in Photoshop, and the mixer brush is magical, just magical. But there are many other techniques. We're going to concentrate on the mixer brush tool, but keep in mind there are many other techniques. So I've listed some other techniques, but I do want to really implore you to go out and do some do some web research on painting techniques available in Photoshop. Amazing stuff here. But so as we go through this, at the bottom of this presentation, week 4 presentation 2, digital painting techniques, this is a critically important video right here, guys. Really, really important. Also, in conjunction with this video, in the announcements, I have added some other resources, okay? Namely, right down here, there's 3 really important. Here's lynda.com. Again, you'll need your RimCAD credentials to sign in there. If you're having trouble loading or accessing lynda.com or LinkedIn learning videos, get with your advisor because you'll need to access those. It's just your RimCAD credentials, but you should have received a packet sometime around your first quarter which tells you how to access lynda.com video tutorial. So if you don't have that accessible, you might consider contacting your academic advisor to supply you with that information. Okay, so that is this assignment is just a blast, guys. So you definitely want to go through this. Listen, I want to say something about digital painting, specifically with the mixer brush. This is not a one-click fix, okay? It's not a filter. This is a technique. It's going to take time. Don't expect immediate results, okay? A digital painting could take weeks, at least hours. It could take weeks. I know I've worked on digital paintings that have taken me months to complete. I'm not trying to say that to scare anybody into saying, wow, this is an overwhelming amount of work. It's not. It's not. It can be, depending on how complex you want to be, but to get the basic techniques down, plan on spending some time with this video as well as the videos, the additional supplemental videos in the course announcement. Welcome to week 4. And just it's by no means difficult whatsoever. It's so much fun. I mean, 2 hours goes by like that. Honestly, it's so much fun, but it is time consuming. So plan on taking your time with your digital paintings. Okay. Next is that's presentation 2. So next we'll go ahead and take a look at exercise photo into painting. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Where is that? Photo into a painting right here. We're just going to select a painting and we're going to transpose it, and we're going to use digital painting techniques to create a digital painting from a pre-existing photograph. Keep in mind, 8 by 10 at 300, guys. 8 by 10 at 300. This is the required size and resolution. Okay, any variation from there, you should expect deductions. Okay, 8 by 10 at 300. Don't try this with 72 ppi images, guys. Don't. Just do yourselves a favor and don't even mess around with low quality images. Now we have that course announcement dealing with resolution and compression artifact. But where is it? Resolution. I think, is it? No, that's not. Hang on one sec. But I talk about resolution and compression artifact, and it's over here in this announcement. Can I change the 72 ppi to 300 ppi and pixelization and compression artifact? And if you remember looking at that, we've got these examples, and this is something you definitely want to avoid in your images. A good solid image, this stuff like this, the blurriness, the compression artifact here, the pixelization, the little squares, compression artifact here. So definitely want to try to keep away from that. Yeah, there seems to be a couple of broken links right here. I'll have to replace those. It's just a couple of more images. I don't know how those got broken. I'll address that. But these two are exactly what you're looking for. Any kind of compression artifact. See these little squares? Those are pixels. See these little kind of muddled areas and blurriness? That's compression artifact. So you want clean, crisp, clear images to start your painting. So keep that in mind. Okay, where are we? Back to, let's close that. Let's go ahead over here. Reinventing a classic. So this is introducing our next project, which is a book cover. So this is fantastic. I do want to mention something right here. A cover should incorporate 3 or more images. Okay, so we're using layer mask, adjustment layers, and blending modes. Now listen, guys, please feel free to use the other, we're going to be using our type tool here, and you're going to be using it. Jump in here and go ahead and please feel free to use painting techniques in Project 2 of Reinventing a Classic Part 1. And we can see some painting techniques involved here. So you really want to start, as we move through the class, you want to make sure that you're employing all of the techniques way back from week 1. Everything should be culminated. So we're kind of scaffolding off of what we've previously learned in order to expeditiously set up our files and learn additional techniques. So just because we're done with one technique, don't put it away. Keep using it as we move through the class. Okay. Okay, that's that. Photo into a painting. Oh, that's the exercise photo into a painting. I've talked about that, but you really, again, just really take your time on this, guys. I think that's really basically all I have. Reinventing a Classic, got into that. Okay, so we've got presentations. We've got the overview, digital artistry, presentation, digital painting techniques. We have introduced our exercise photo into a painting, and then we have the critique, and then we also have the introduction to our new Project 2, Reinventing Classic. So, and then we jump over to the actual announcement, and I want you to go through this announcement too. So it kind of tells you where we've been, where we're going. We got these wonderful additional painting techniques in Photoshop. our outcomes, our tasks, and our deliverables and due dates. Okay, guys, about 10 minutes. Wow, not bad. So that's all I have. Welcome to week 4. I'll see you guys in discussion board. And of course, if you have any questions at all or need any clarifications, as usual, get with me and I'll be sure to make those clarifications quickly and expeditiously so that we can just jump right into week 4 and get to work. All right, guys, thanks very much.